Hey baby girls, I know you've all been asking me to do a part 2 of the update with the dispute with my neighbour, and today I'm going to do it. So for any of you who don't know what I'm talking about, you'll have to go and watch my part 1 of the neighbour dispute video, and I'll leave the link in the description below. So I'm going to fill you in on the latest. So after that, I got my solicitor involved, and then I didn't actually personally speak to them, and she emailed them asking who they're acting on behalf of. And they basically didn't email her back at all. So the messages that she sent them, she had no response, literally nothing. So whether or not they was like, oh, damn, okay, she's actually got a solicitor involved, and they might have just hoped that I just stopped on my own accord and just got scared. Anyway, they didn't reply back to her, and I haven't heard anything since. So basically, my solicitor did say I could get the lease changed if I got a majority of the vote with everybody who lives in the flats. But I was planning on moving probably at the end of this year. Me and Corey was wanting to put the flat up for sale, and we wanted to buy a house so I could have my dream cabin in the garden with the studio and the obviously editing room. So yeah, so that was always our dream, and that was supposed to happen at the end of this year. We just wanted another year of saving. And I just thought to myself, is there any point in me getting all the neighbours to agree for me to work from home, and then in a year's time or less, I'm going to be moving? So me and my solicitor kind of agreed probably the best thing would be, because as well, the lease was going to cost money to change, and I didn't really want to spend money on changing the lease when I'm out of here anyway. I did feel a little bit like, oh my God, he's making me move early. But I kind of thought, I think this is it. If I just put the house up for sale, get it sold, move on. Yes, it's a bit earlier than what we wanted to, but maybe it's given us a push to actually do it quicker. Maybe everyone keeps saying to me in the comments, like, everything happens for a reason, and you might not be able to see it now, but there's a silver lining. So I do 100% believe that's what's happening. So we put the house up for sale, and we have sold. So we've sold the flat. So basically, they've not messaged back my solicitor. We sold the flat, so hopefully nothing else comes of it. I have still been working from home currently, and I was just hoping that no one came and knocked on my door or told me off. But I just think, even if they did say something, I feel like, well, I'm literally moving, so just maybe look the other way just while I finish doing my friends' treatments. It's been really stressful, and I've kind of been, I actually have been struggling more than ever to sleep. And I used to always think, like, I never used to have anxiety or anything like that, but I actually think this is giving me quite a bit of anxiety, because like every night when I go to bed, like I'm constantly like stressed about like what's going to happen and where we're going to move to, because obviously we wanted another year to save, because the next property was a massive jump for us. And we actually saw one that ticked almost every box, apart from location wasn't exactly where we wanted, but we knew we had to compromise because we didn't have the budget that was going to tick every box. So yeah, we actually did put in an offer. When we got an offer on this place, we then put in an offer on the other place. We went in a little bit lower just because it was still expensive for how much work would need doing. It's a proper project, like old granny house, like totally needs gutting, but has the potential to have like the cabin in the garden, and everything perfect. So yeah, so we put in the offer, that got rejected because we put an offer in too low. So they kind of came back with a counter offer. So we are just still sat deciding whether or not we're gonna basically accept the counter offer. So yeah, it's still a lot of money for what it is, but I kind of feel like it has so much potential. It would suit us in the next chapter of our life, and for quite a few years actually. So I feel like this might be it. I think that next step of buying a house, like when you buy your first house, I feel like you're desperate to get out of your mum and dad's house or whoever's you're living with. Or the rented accommodation, wherever you are, you're desperate to get out. You just want something which is yours. So I think when we bought this flat, like we obviously saw lots of others before this, but we were so, like there wasn't as many boxes to tick with this, whereas with the next house, you've got so many boxes to tick that it feels like really overwhelming. And I think that's what's made me feel like really anxious, because I'm like, it's so much money. I don't want to make the wrong decision. I don't want to buy it and then be like, oh my God, we've bought this house and now we're locked in for 5 years on a mortgage or things like that. So yeah, it's definitely made me feel stressed. They literally say, don't they, like buying a house takes, I think it's the saying, if when buying a house or selling a house, it takes a year off your life. And I actually genuinely think it has took probably 2 years off my life, because I've stressed more than probably the average person. I'm very much, how do I describe me? I'm such a control freak, and I literally like to be in charge of everything. And when it's out of my control, that like literally puts knots in my stomach. I need to learn to get better at it, I know, but it just does, and I can't help it. So yeah, that's been obviously going wild these past few weeks, but I feel so much better in the sense that like, I feel like this is the right decision. I feel like this was supposed to happen because of this, and yeah, we're kind of looking for the next chapter. So yeah, whether or not it is this house that we're going to go for, my mum and dad have said that we can move in with them temporary, and I could work in their house as well temporary, which would be, I mean, I'm so fortunate to have that. I mean, my dad, I think, wants to cry his eyes out, and he's like so desperate for me to find somewhere. It's like, oh, I'll help you look, because obviously he really doesn't want me there. It's, my dad absolutely loves his personal space. Like, really, if anyone knows him, he literally is so personal. And yeah, us moving back in and having clients in his house, he's going to absolutely hate, I'm not going to lie. And I thought I was going to have to go back mobile, and the thought of going back mobile, I mean, I think when you're mobile and you haven't done beauty from home or whatever before, it's all you know, so you get used to it. And then as soon as you stop being mobile and start working in a salon or your spare bedroom or your studio in the garden, you actually think, how the hell did I used to be a mobile technician? How did I used to lug all my stuff around? How did I have to sit in traffic to get to every single client's house? Sometimes you knock on the door, they're not even there. It was too relaxed, I think, in other people's houses. And I think that definitely made such a difference with how much money I could earn, because obviously everything took so much longer. So the thought of going back to be mobile, I mean, my back anyway is horrific. If anyone knows me, they know I really struggle with back pain, and lugging things about really took a toll on my back actually. So the thought of doing that, taking my beauty couch to people's houses, I wanted to cry when I thought that was my only option. So yeah, I'm so thankful and fortunate that I'm in this position. And I want to thank you guys for the comments, by the way, because that really, like, I literally read every comment, by the way. I know I didn't reply to all of them, but I read every comment, and it meant so much that you all, I don't know, like every single comment was so nice. And yeah, I don't know, it actually makes me feel a bit emotional. I don't know why I'm going to cry. Don't even know why I'm going to cry. Yeah, so I just literally want to thank you all so much for all the support. It means so much. And yeah, I think that got me through it. I mean, I know me and Corey have been arguing like mad recently as well, which has been stressful, because obviously we want the next house to suit us perfectly, and we don't know if we're making the right decision. But yeah, I feel like it's all going to pay off. I feel like we're working hard. I'm trying to be positive. I know sometimes I'm not, and sorry. But yeah, I am trying at the minute. And yeah, just thank you so much for your support, guys. It means so much. And hopefully I can do a part 3 where I might be moved into a new house and starting a new project, and maybe even following me on my making a cabin journey, which has always been my dream. That is literally, I've always said I never wanted a salon. I always wanted a cabin in my garden. That has always been my dream. I feel like working from home, yeah, it's not in your home, it's outside. You can shut the door and you can leave work and you can start work on a fresh day. I just always envision myself doing that. So yeah, let's see where the next chapter leads us. So thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.